our topics. Uh, this is what we're going to do for our. It's been so it's been so long since I've been MC. I don't know where I'm going. So this is what we're going to do tonight. So that's a rundown for our schedule, and it's already 8:04. So I am very excited to introduce our new product presenter for tonight. And our featured product is again our flagship product, Himuhim, but with a different take. So I would like to turn the screen over to our agent from Canada, Sheila Narciso. Go ahead, Sheila.
Hi, everyone. I'm just going to share the screen here.
And everybody, please mute yourselves so that there's no distraction.
Okay. Everybody sees the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for partners in the Philippines, good morning. For partners in US, United States, and Canada, good evening. My name is Sheila Narciso, and I'm a registered nurse by profession. I'm based in Toronto, Canada. For tonight, we are gonna see the relationship between cancer, which is a major disease, and Himuhim. Himuhim is a natural health product or food supplement. Initially, its purpose of conception was to help boost the immune system of scientists who were exposed to radiation at work. KAIRE, short for Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, was formed to research as an alternative source of energy for South Korea. These scientists often got sick from frequent exposure to radiation that led to weaken their immune system and as a consequence developed cancer. This was a national project costing $5 million of South Korean tax money. And as Himuhim evolved, it became a success, and they decided to market it to the masses. Most of us know the definition of Himuhim: hemo for hemoglobin or blood, H for hematopoiesis, which is the process of manufacturing blood, I for immunity of our immune system, and M modulation, and Him in Korean means strength. The main ingredients of Himuhim are extracted from 3 plants: Angelica giacas, Cnidium officinale, Peona japonica. All 3 are grown in the highland Pyongyanggun in Gangwon province of South Korea. They were not treated with herbicides or pesticides from cultivation, harvesting, and distribution. They underwent biotechnology process, which involves extraction and separation of bacteria. This plant has been a medication, herbal medication, for more than 2,000 years. Inflammation. Now let's see how illnesses such as cancer starts in the body. Inflammation is defined as a normal part of the body's defense against pathogens and injury. The classic signs of acute inflammation are increase in body temp, redness, swelling, and pain. However, there is another kind of inflammation which is categorized as chronic, and this does not exhibit these classic signs. This is the silent type of inflammation, which is very dangerous as it causes the body to turn against itself, the immune defenses attacking its own organs. Over time, inflammatory cytokines, which are cell signaling proteins, and eicosanoids, which are fatty acids, begin to destroy tissues. This makes the body respond by creating more inflammatory agents, perpetuating a cellular damage cycle, promoting cancer growth. Now, the immune system is made up of external and internal lines of defense. The external composed of the skin, which is the largest protective layer of the body, as well as the saliva and hairs in our mucous membranes. The internal line of defense is noteworthy to note about the natural killer cells. These are manufactured in the bone marrow. They destroy harmful cells that come into the body. Himuhim, based on researches, has been found to increase the production of these natural killer cells. When defenses are broken, it opens the individual to more vulnerability to attacks. And of course, we see now the effects of hemohim on the body. So the first effect of hemohim, as tested on animals, number one, which is mice, number one is it increases the natural killer cells activity. As mentioned earlier, it functions to destroy harmful cells. Number two, effect of hemohim is that it enhances cytokine production. Cytokine is our messenger molecules made of proteins. Their function is to coordinate and regulate the correct immune response to any given invader, infection, or tumor. Number three, hemohim activates or wakens up immune cells. Immune cells are our defense mechanisms, and when one's immune cells are awakened, one is more responsive to attacks. And number four, immunocyte vitality means making it more alive, awakened. As you see, some of our immune cells can also get exhausted, and we call it like they become passive. So we go to this slide to examine the effects of hemohim on red blood cells of the spleen. A spleen functions to filter the blood by removing old and damaged red blood cells. Slide on the left shows the scant number of red blood cells on the spleen, while on the right shows more larger and robust growth in the number of red blood cells in the spleen after taking hemohim. Why is this important? Well, for cancer patients, we would want their spleen to have the capacity to filter and clean their blood. And hemohim, as shown in this slide, has helped. Again, these are the effects of hemohim on the digestive tract, small intestines, and its villi or villi. The villi are the finger-like structures which are necessary for the absorption of nutrients from the food that we eat. We can see in this picture that with hemohim here below, the villi increase in number. And why is this important? We know that cancer patient loses their appetite, and they also have a hard time digesting and absorbing food. They also throw up as the effect of their medication. Now we know that hemohim will help their body absorb the necessary nutrients. Next slide shows, we look at what happens when a cell is exposed to chemotherapy or radiation. You can see in the middle over here that the cell is not as intact or as healthy as the cell on the left. And now that the body
do all acrylics, I gotta run, I'm late. Look, Tiffany.
And now a body that takes hemohim, even when exposed to radiation, you can see on the rightmost side that the cell is more intact. Why is this important? Hemohim has the special effect of containing the spread of tumor. That's what this slide means. The next slide shows the effect of hemohim on natural killer cells. Hemohim increased the number of natural killer cells found or manufactured in the bone marrow. And this is good because natural killer cells fight and kill harmful cells like cancer cells. Cancer chemotherapy is a procedure that uses powerful chemicals to kill fast-growing cells in the body. Most times, the faster the cells replicate depends on the organ that they attack. So chemotherapy procedure kills both good and bad cells. And because of this, cancer patients' immune system goes low as they are more prone to acquire infection. Doctors strictly monitor white blood cell count during a chemotherapy procedure, as when a white blood cell becomes low, it can lead to death. So the rate of replication of cells depends on the organs where it starts. Now let's take a look at the common side effects of chemo or chemotherapy. We have nausea and vomiting, loss of appetite, diarrhea, pain, weakness, alopecia or the thinning of the hair, nephrotoxicity or toxicity of the kidney. Ototoxicity refers to our ears or the ringing of the ears, depletion of our electrolytes composed of sodium, potassium, calcium, phosphate, magnesium. Neurotoxicity refers to the nervous system, depression, and isolation. This slide here, these are the studies published at the National Institutes of Health, or NIH, which is a primary agency in the United States government responsible for biomedical and public health research. This study supported the slides that we showed earlier on the effect of hemohim on the cells. Another study that supports the effect of hemohim during radiotherapy. These are the different patents of hemohim on different countries. I highlight those patents that mention about cancer. So there's a lot there. Now, this is Mr. Famous, Mr. SHARON Master Martin Han, who is known to most of you. I'm not going to play this video, however, you can search and watch it on YouTube and fast forward to 12 minutes and 59 seconds for the testimony of Tammy Sane about the diagnosis of her mother on rectal cancer. There's a lot of testimonies online, and you can choose this. I chose this video because it's recent, it's powerful and moving. I'm gonna fast forward here. Sorry. So just to bulletproof, this Tammy Sane's mom was diagnosed with rectal cancer in September 2019. At that point in time, the family did not want to know what stage it was, because they did not want to somehow, knowing the stage will affect their outlook on how to proceed with the treatment. Nevertheless, she said that she just wanted to trust totally and believe in God and take the hemohim, hopeful to help their mom. The mom has been taking hemohim prior to the diagnosis, around 1 sachet a day. And the type of rectal cancer her mom has is located externally, as it can be seen hanging outside of her body on the rectum. 2 weeks prior to chemo, they decided for the mom to take 10 sachets of hemohim a day for 2 weeks prior to chemo. 4 in the morning before breakfast, 3 before lunch, and 3 before dinner. Within those 2 weeks, they can see, as it's external, right, that the tumor has shrunk. As such, doing the taking in the question and answer afterwards, Tammy shared that her mom, after ingesting hemohim, said that she can feel the hemohim was going down to the spot on her rectum. She felt the burning sensation and a lot of mucus coming out of her rectum. And because of that burning sensation, the mom had to lie down to be relieved. So after this series of chemotherapy, the doctor, of course, ordered for a CAT scan to show. And the doctor commented that it looked like the cancer was never there before. Very surprising. So the cancer, doctor said that, and the cancer was contained, it never spread, which is very good. So even then, after the procedure, the mom still takes the 4 sachets of hemohim per day after 6 months of chemo. And mom did experience the side effects of chemo, as most people. However, she was not bedridden. She was still able to do, we call it ADLs, activities of daily living. She was mostly independent. She can go to the mall, she can shop, she can brush her hair, she can take a bath, she can walk a few steps to the bathroom, do her business over there, and the basic activities of daily living. She was not as sick as other cancer patients. And right now, according to Tammy, mom is doing great, very great. So we would like to just very emphasize this point that we don't claim that hemohim treats cancer or cures cancer, but it certainly helps patients fight the negative side effects of chemotherapy during its because of its anti-inflammatory property, and it also helps boost the immune system for cancer patients. Now, we say who should take Hemohim? Hemohim is perfect for athletics, for housewives, for office workers, for students, for elders, for you and me. We don't want to wait for cancer to develop and then you take the Hemohim, correct? It's all a matter of the bottom line of the story is prevention. Just like in Canada, I would like to say, we have a public healthcare system here. Once you're diagnosed, you go to the doctor will just say, the doctor's job is to diagnose, right? So to say you are this, you're that, flag you. So why you have to wait for that time? Prevention, name of the game, prevention. Nothing to lose, as Tommy said. We totally trust in God. What do we have to lose? Do you know about the other drugs? Okay, you say it's FDA approved. This is not a drug. It's a food supplement. It has been used by even the Chinese people in all my readings for 2,000 years. And they have very good effects on the body. So it's up to you, you know. Now, we come to, that concludes our presentation for tonight. And I know some of you already know about Hemohim. I hope it has added some knowledge to your existing knowledge. And if not, for those for the first time, thank you for so much for tuning in. I hope that gives you a very, very brief and straight to the point presentation about the product that you will be able now to defend, or not defend, but answer correctly to all these people and asking about Hemohim. So these are the resources that I took, and we'd like to thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good day to everybody. Goodbye.
Wow.
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 Awesome job, Sheila.
Wow.
Great.
Sheila, I'm so proud of you.
Aza.
Good job. Wow.
Aja.
Thank you
I'm
to
so
my
proud.
mentor, Christina.
What did you say? I missed that.
Thank you to my mentor, Christina.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Sheila and I practiced twice.
Yes.
And she did great. 8:22. Wow. Very informative. Everything is there. And for those who are skeptical, that's the science behind it. We can say that, these Hemohim are not really made for you and me. These were made for scientists who are exposed to radiation. A national project by the Korean government. You guys should be very excited about sharing it. In fact, I drove my mother-in-law to the doctor's office, but I cannot go in with her. So we're waiting in the parking lot, and I see all these ill people who needs to go in. And I said, oh my God, I want to go out there and give them samples of Hemohim. These are the people who needs it most. So after what Sheila shared tonight, I hope you are all very excited to share about Hemohim. There's a science behind it. And wow, thank you very much, Sheila. Thank you. Okay. I'll hold your question. We will have that later on. And tonight we are going to have our another popular figure in our team. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the screen over to our SHARON Rose Master, Israel Kim, the forever OPA of the Boston Global Center, to do the marketing plan. Go ahead, Easy.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today?
We're doing good.
Doing good.
All right. Wow, Sheila, I just want to tell you, wow, that was an amazing job. We are so blessed to have so many talented partners in our team. So again, congratulations on your first debut and just knocking out of the park. And then we look forward to seeing more and more of you, okay? We tend to ask people to do more when they do a good job, okay? So get ready. All right, hello everyone. Most of you know me. My name is Israel Kim, Sharon Rose Master. I call myself Atomis Forever Opa. All right, so today we're going to talk about mastership bonus. Wow, so many of you have done the challenges through the whole team, sales master, some diamond master, some few Sharon Rose masters. I remember when I first showed up to Boston Global Center and I saw 3 Sharon Rose masters names attached to the center, and I said, wow, I wish my name can be up there, right? And that was just a year and a half ago. And here I am today as a Sharon Rose master. And I had an opportunity to attend Success Academy in New Jersey. And there was a gentleman, they became a Sharon Rose master, and there was only one Sharon Rose master at the time, out of the whole hundreds of people, close to 1,000. But guess what? When I became a Sharon Rose master during the time of April, it wasn't just me. There were few more people that became a Sharon Rose master at the same time. So what is that telling us is more and more people are becoming successful in the system. So as long as you understand the system and do it correctly, then you will succeed in this company. So now, what is mastership bonus? So our company gives the highest percentage of PVs to general commission. So what does that mean? Even if you're not challenging, the company still wants to give you as much money as possible. So even the consumers can also earn $60 here and there, right? So when was the last time you got any type of paycheck by shopping? I was talking to one of my partners yesterday named Ellie, and I was asking Ellie, wow, Ellie, you're receiving check almost every week? And I remember Nareiso, when she first came on board, she was earning commission almost every week. And I said, have you received any type of checks by shopping here and just by referring? And they were like, no. So I know that right off the bat, the company tries to give consumers back as much as possible. But what is mastership bonus? And it says 20% of the PV, but 10% of the company's total revenue. So if the company did $1 billion in revenue, that's $100 million that's being paid out to the members globally that have successfully accomplished mastership bonus. So it is pretty big portion of the pie. But I still want to emphasize on the righteous marketing plan, because many of the people around the world, maybe they're not able to do the mastership challenge. So the company still gives out money even without doing the challenge. But those people that are challenging themselves through the mastership will get rewarded, because not a lot of people get into the challenges right away, or even throughout the time. They could be spending 2, 3, 4 years. They still don't challenge. So the money, the 10%, is, believe it or not, pretty big. So let me explain what the mastership entails, okay? So there are 7 mastership levels in Atomy. There are just 7. Lucky number 7, right? So the 7th one, you're gonna get the nice prize at the end, which I'm gonna show you later. So starting from Sales Master, so it goes up all the way to Imperial Masters. But guess what? Sales Master gets half of the total mastership bonus. So what does that mean? When one of our partners become a sales master, the company will give the 50% of the total mastership. Okay, so out of that 20% of the PVs designated for mastership, sales masters get the half of the pie. They don't need to share that with any of the upper mastership level, because if they had to, then they're going to be receiving much less money. But again, our marketing plan is very righteous, and they want to give as much money as possible to people at the bottom. And the rest of the 6 masterships share the rest of the 10%. So now, I don't want you to be confused with this chart. I used to hear some other people asking, hey, I did the sales master one time. Why am I not earning $2,000 a month? And then that is far from the truth, because what that is, it's when you become an auto sales master, auto diamond master. auto SHARON Rose Master. So that earning statement that you're seeing on the right side is when you become an auto sales master. Okay, so that's if you're doing mastership challenges every 15 days. So people ask me, oh, does that mean I have to keep challenging the rest of my life? Well, here's the answer. Once you become pretty, when you become like a diamond master, you're gonna have a lot more PVs coming up. When you become a SHARON Rose master, you're gonna have more PVs coming up from your system. So for me, as a SHARON Rose master, let's say I don't do anything, and like sometimes, let's say I went to the hospital, knock on wood, right? Or I went on a vacation far away, through the military, there's no Wi-Fi, and I cannot do anatomy. But I will still be pulling over $2,000 a month, okay? So what that means is, once you become an auto sales master, that's what happens, right? But you have to build your system to get to that level. It doesn't happen automatically. You have to build a system with your partners. So sales master, you need to have a personal PV of 700,000 points, okay? And then on the left and right side, you need to have 2.5 million PVs each side, either 1st through the 15th or 16th through the end of the month. So you get 2 challenging periods, right? Either 1st through the 15th and 16th through the end of the month, okay? So when you have successfully accomplished it, then the company will give you about $400 as a mastership bonus. And I've been seeing that mastership bonus have been increasing. So we've been receiving, some of my partners that have done sales master understand this. Sometimes it's $420, sometimes $430. So mastership bonus is kind of gotten bigger, and then it's really nice. So, and then you get the 3 bonuses, right? Mastership bonus, and then the promotional gift. So promotional gift is something that you receive one time. So when you do the sales mastership challenge for the first time, then you will receive the $400 plus minus and promotional gift that you see on the bottom. However, the next time you do the sales master, the promotional gift is not given to you because you only get it one time. However, that 400 plus minus, which is called mastership bonus, which company designate the mastership bonus, right? 20% of the total PV, they will always be given to you. So here's how sales master work, and I'm going to kind of dive in a little bit more in details about sales master because that is the first and foremost important thing, right? You have to do the sales master in order to even be considered for next levels, especially if you're wanting to do this properly. So, okay, so 1st through the 15th, right? So June 1st happened. And let's say some of you say, I want to challenge for sales master in June, starting from June 1st through 15th. So this is how it's going to work. You're going to have left group and right group, and you're going to try to match as many times as possible. So our general, most basic commission of all is you have 300,000 personal PVs and 300,000 on the left group, right? And then 300,000 on the right group, okay? So then that's about $60, correct? Plus or minus. So you're going to try to match that general commission as many times as possible. So typically you want to, your goal should be 8 times. When I did it for the first time, it was about 7 times I was able to match because the points doesn't come up the way you want all the time because you have other consumers that's producing the point PVs for you throughout the month or 15 days. And then sometimes your sponsor helps you a little bit. And sometimes it may not work out exactly the way, but then you are targeting for 7 or 8 times. So that if you can do that, you match 7 or 8 times. So let's say you match up to 8 times. So that's about $480 general commission. Okay. Then you're going to have about 2.5 million-ish, right? And 2.5 on the left and right side, right? Because you're matching 300,000 as many times as possible within 15 days trial period. So that's going to be $480 general commission maximum around. And then you're going to receive a little over $400 as a mastership bonus. So for the 15-day trial period, we're going to round it off around, to make it easy, $1,000 per time, okay? As you do the sales mastership challenge more and more, you're going to notice yourself matching even more times. when you first do the mastership bonus, it's about 7 times, like I said. But as you do more and more, as your group's getting bigger and bigger, and maybe one of your partner also do the sales mastership challenge with you on the left and right side, then guess what? You're gonna be receiving, checks maybe 11 times, even 12 times. So your mastership bonus, your general commission gets bigger and bigger. So even if you're auto sales master, there are some people that are just barely making 2,000 compared to there are some people that are chief sales mastership bonus. They earn about $2,500. So that's what the difference. That's where the difference happens. Okay, and so if you can do first to the 15th and 16th through the end of the month, like my partner Khan, if you can do it every 15 days, that's going to be roughly about $2,000. Okay. And if you have question, I know it's not easiest thing to understand if you're here for the first time, but we will teach you. Your sponsor will teach you step by step how this works. And especially when you say you want to challenge, we make a plan. Okay, first to the 15th or 16th through the end of the month, and you start writing down the names of the people that you think that they're going to buy the products for you, and you kind of estimate how many points they're going to buy and how much that's going to come up and things like that. So that's how you plan with your sponsors. So Diamond Master is the very second mastership, and when you become a Diamond Master, you need to you're going to become a team leader. You need to have 2 sales masters on the left and 2 sales masters on the right side. They have to do exactly what I explained here through the 1st through the 15th, or 16th through the end of the month. So you as a Diamond Master, you're going to be kind of overseeing what they're doing and asking them, how they're doing, and then making sure that they're matching as many times as possible. That's why they give you a tablet, because you're now a team leader, right? You have to work as a team leader. And then so you get a tablet as a promotional gift, and you get Fame, Himo-Him, and the evening care set. And they give you about $700 plus or minus, but I've been receiving more than 700. One time, I think I got 800 something dollars. So it really depends on the month, how many Diamond Masters happened that period. If there were more Diamond Masters that 15 days, then obviously your purchase is going to become a little bit less. But then for some reason, the 15 days that when you were challenging, there weren't a lot of Diamond Master that happened, that 15 days trial, then your mastership bonus is going to increase. It's all about percentage, okay? So now, SHARON was master, and this is the mastership that I just achieved. Now you're going to generate 2 Diamond Masters on each side, and they're going to give you, once you achieve that, $1,600 mastership bonus, right? And then $2,000 cash promotional gift. This is the first time the company gives you cash as a promotional gift, okay? So remember, SHARON Rose Master, you definitely want to achieve that. Why? You get 2 extra $1,000, right? As a cash promotional gift on top of the mastership bonus that you see as a $1,600. And a lot of times that's more than that. So 1,800, right? So just the cash value of when you do it for the first time is almost $4,000 right there, okay? And then when you're matching general commission, you're going to be matching about 2.4 million PVs every day, almost every day or every other day. So that's about $360. So it's a really, really nice way to earn more money. So more you go up, obviously the mastership bonus will be bigger. Why? Because there aren't that many SHARON Rose Masters right now. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like in Star Master, because they're receiving about $3,600 per period. And I know that they're gonna probably be making $4,000 now. So that, and $10,000 bonus, cash bonus is given. And then they're going to send you for trips. Starting from SHARON, they send you to Cancun, and then they're going to send you to Europe and things like that as you go on. So now, because of COVID, when I did the SHARON Rose Master, they gave me $2,000. So I got $2,000 in replacement of Cancun, and I received $2,000 as a promotional gift, and I got almost $2,000 for promotional mastership bonus. So right there, when you do the SHARON Rose Master for the first time, you're receiving almost $6,000 in 15 days. So that's really nice, right? And your general commission is not $60 every day, it's $360 every day. So you do the math. So in 15 days, I believe, it was close to $9,000, $10,000. So pretty good incentive to keep going, right? And Star Master, I don't even know what it's gonna be because I've never been there. But look, the textbook wise, you're going to receive $3,600 as a mastership bonus, and then $10,000 cash bonus, and so on. And starting from Royal Master, so I know many of you came to listen to Florence, right? She worked as a team, and in 6 years, right? 6 years, she became a Royal Master, right? It's amazing how she went with the team, and they kept challenging to get to where they are. So if Florence said, you know what, I don't want to keep challenging, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the auto consumers to happen, that will never happen. Royal Master will never happen like that. That's why our leaders always say the leaders have to pay the price up front. Leaders have to take the lead and then help the partners who's ready to challenge. And they have to do it together, because leaders cannot go alone, right? We say we cannot go alone, right? We have to go as a team. So leaders always have to make sure that you understand where your partners are. And then from there, you work with the team. And especially those ones that when you do the Diamond Master, you're gonna have 2 sales masters each side. Usually those people are the ones that you go up to the top with, okay? So if you're one of those people, that's really awesome. So me, I've been, a great part of the journey with Mr. David and Osuk, who's my sponsor. So I just need to hang on to their rope, and I just go up together. Whenever they ask me, I look at my situation and they ask me, hey, Israel, are you ready to challenge? And I know I'm not ready, but I said, you know what, I'm not ready, but let me find out how I can get this together, because I want to go up with them, right? So, and it doesn't really stop at Osuk and David. It goes up all the way to the top. So when I get into the rope with my leaders, I know at least I'll be one step behind them continuously, and I will get pulled up together. So without further ado, Crown Master is the second highest, and the Imperial Master, finally. This is when you receive $1 million as a cash promotional bonus, promotional gift. And when CEO Hangyo Park created this company for the first time, guess what? He promised his 14 leaders in his company, he promised them, when you become an Imperial Master, I will give you $1 million cash as a promotional gift. Do you think anyone believed him? No, no one believed him. But he created the vision, and then he changed the spirit, right? And he created the vision, right? He had to lay out the plan and goals and dreams, and it looked like it was impossible for all of them. Why? We think that some of us, in America, we keep saying, some of the members say, oh yeah, this business is not for me because I don't have that much earning or whatever. But all 14 leaders in Korea, they had nothing. They started from nothing. So how did they become Imperial Master today? Right? That's the beauty of Atomy Marketing Plan. You don't have to have money to become successful. Yes, it becomes a little bit easier, right? If you have more earning, but this option, this success is given to everybody. What did they have that many others didn't have? Is determination. They had a clear goal that they really want to do it. They had no other option. If you keep thinking that, oh, if I don't succeed with Atomy, I'm gonna do this. If I don't succeed with Atomy, I'm going to do that. If you keep telling yourself that, you will never succeed with Atomy. Even if you have an option, right? I have many options, and I'm sure many of you do too. But you have to keep telling yourself, Atomy is the future. You look in the mirror every day, say, I can do it, you can do it, together we all can do it, right? That's why you need to tell the mirror every day. Tell yourself, and if you watch the video from the CEO, that's what he says. He said, you have to tell yourself, right? And then even when you're talking to your best friend, you cannot show any negativity. So let's say your best friend won't share with anybody else. Like you're like, oh, I don't think I can do this mastership. And you know that this is your best friend, and your best friend's not gonna go around and tell everybody, oh yeah, Israel said he cannot do it. No, even if I know my best friend's not gonna share, I'm still not gonna tell my best friend I cannot do it. Why? Because my brain is listening to me. So even if I tell my best friend who's not gonna share with anybody else, I just told myself that I cannot do it. So that means I really cannot do it. But even if I'm by myself, yes, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to go to the mirror. I'm going to tell myself I can do it, and all my partners can do it. Together, we can do it. That's the attitude you need to have, and attitude is everything to become successful. And imagine when you become an Imperial Master. So a lot of people say, oh yeah, Academy, you can't really make that much money in the beginning, right? So I feel like I'm spending more money, blah, blah, blah. I hear a lot of those, okay? Don't think that way. You have to think at the big picture. What is that? That $1 million you're going to receive. And let's say it takes you 10 years to get to Imperial Master, okay? All the promotional cash bonus that you receive, $1 million plus the $300,000 you're going to receive when you become a Crown Master, the total cash bonus you're going to receive starting from SHARON to Imperial Master is $1,362,000. That's about $10,000 a month that you're being deposited into Academy savings account. I know most of you won't quit. I know some of you will quit along the way. I'm sorry about that. I hope no one does. But those of you who do not quit and do it the right way, and let's say it takes you 10 years to become Imperial Master in this company, and trust me, our success is going to be faster and faster. Why? Because now we are being digitalized. We have Zoom. We have everything online instead of us having to drive 4 hours just to sell foam cleanser. It's not like that anymore. It's all about online. We can reach out to so many people around the world, and our success is going to be faster. So if the leaders in Korea who only had 2 products to become successful in 10 years to become Imperial, we can even become Imperial faster. But I'm trying to be conservative here because I don't want to oversell. So let's say it takes you 10 years to become successful in Academy. You're receiving $10,000 a month right now in your savings account. Okay? So if you think it that way, do you think that you're not making that much money, or are you making a lot of money? You are making a lot of money. And those of you who can see the things that you cannot see right now will be the ones that's going to become successful. If you see the current situation right now and you say, oh, I cannot do it. I don't have this, I don't have that. I'm in this situation. If you keep giving yourself excuses, it's not going to happen. And I'm sorry if I'm being, a little bit more passionate today. But I'm just so passionate about this business. And I have a total faith that you all can become successful as long as you do the Academy the right way. In 10 years, you can all become successful and become an Imperial Master. And the first step is for you to challenge for Sales Master. And some of my partners make fun of me because I keep asking, I keep challenging my partners to challenge for Sales Master. But I don't want anyone to waste time. If you're gonna do this, do it. And or else just be a consumer. You have to make the decision. So because I don't want anyone to waste their time. I want everyone to become successful and earn that $1 million cash bonus. So, and it's going to be 3-generation inheritance. So why not pull in the time like Florence did, right? Florence kept going. And I'm sure a lot of people complained to her, right? A lot of partners must have complained to her saying, why are you challenging so much? But did she stop? Did she stop because of that? No, she kept going. So, and you as a leader, that's what you need to have. If things around you seem so negative, but you have to stay positive, and that's going to be contagious to your team. Then your team will become successful. If you as a leader show negativity, any type of sign of negativity to your team's going to all drown and everyone's going to leave. And I don't want that to happen to any of us, especially Boston Global Center. Okay. All right. So my goal is to become an Imperial Master in 2030. And that's the 10 years after when I first wrote my life scenario. So these are all the leaders that you see. Leaders Club, over $100,000 a year. There are over 600 codes. Now it's probably 650, 700. And Royals Leaders Club, that's $200,000 and above, over 300, probably 350 to 400, close to that, because it was pulled a little while ago. And those of the Crown Masters, Crown Leaders Club, it's about 60, 70 codes that are making over $400,000 a year. And all these people here, do they look extraordinary to you, or do they look like normal? Some neighbor that's living next to you, right? guess what? They were even poorer than you, but now they're earning $100,000 a year, plus and minus, right? So lessons learned from my leaders: stay in the system and teamwork, and become a loyal Atomian. Share Atomy with others, and you have to ask yourself, am I a consumer or a business owner? You have to ask yourself that. And once you make the decision, you have to go for it. Florence, when she came to Boston long time ago, she said she always asked this question: are you going to do the business or are you going to be a consumer? Because it's okay to do either. You know, we're fine. We welcome both of you. But if you're going to do the business, we have to talk. And that's how she did it. And do not quit. And this is an interesting that I heard is just because you're not quitting doesn't mean you're going to become successful. Okay. But if you don't quit and do the business the right way, then you're going to become successful. And this is a quote from my favorite author of Rich Dad and Poor Dad. The primary difference between rich people and poor people is how they handle fear. Everybody has fear. Even the imperial masters had fear. However, they told themselves, I can do it. You can do it. We all can do it. And you as a leader, everyone has to be a leader here in this room. You have to tell your partners that we can do it together, okay? Again, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So again, attitude is everything. My name is Israel Kim, SHARON's master. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Easy. And are you fired up yet? We all are looking at that $1 million.
My man.
So, woo, woo, woo. So first step for us is sales master for most of us. So that's your goal. So for new members, for those who attended the Zoom meeting of BGC for the first time, so you're just starting your business, you're a consumer, and now because you're here, you spent time listening here. So it is assuming that you are really interested to make a goal of doing Atomy as a business. So our first goal is to become a sales master. And as Easy mentioned, this is the best time to be with Atomy. Our leaders before started with 2 products. They don't have computers. You cannot pay online. You have to go to the business center, bring your prospect, have them listen to a lecture. And this is at, like, for example, here at Boston Global Center, 7 at night on a Monday night. I mean, with the traffic at the end of the day, that's really tough. Tough for you and tough also for your prospect who also came from work. Now you can just message on Messenger, send the link, send the Zoom link, watch YouTube, everything is online. So Easy mentioned Florence. Florence got to Royal Master in 6 years. Leaders before her got there in like 8 years. And there's a reason for that, because especially last year with the pandemic, everything turned online. And so we are here joining Atomy for the best time ever, the best time to build and grow our business. So, okay. And right now am I going to ask anybody who wants to volunteer about what they learned tonight. Questions, you might have any question for Sheila or for Easy. Okay, raise your hands. The brave one, first one to volunteer.
That's a brave one.
Anybody?
Oh, Lynn.
Oh, Lynn, go ahead, Lynn.
So Izzy, I have a question on the masterships. So I'm a sales master now. When I go for Diamond Master, the 2 sales master on each side, does that have to be their first time becoming a sales master, or could it be their second or third or fourth time to make that mastership?
Great question, Len. It could be their second, third, fourth time.
Oh, great. Here I was
Yes.
thinking they all had to be new, and it's like, oh my goodness. Okay, that's wonderful. And so Christina, that's what I learned tonight.
Okay, thank you so much, Lynn. And I can see Kelly raising her hand. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you. So I really appreciated all the presentations, but this one's for Israel. So what I really took away today, was help partners challenge who want to challenge. Our time's valuable, everyone's time's valuable. And sometimes we want it more than others want for themselves. They might just want to be a consumer, but by staying positive, always creating the vision, looking in the mirror every day and telling yourself. And, I think your attitude determines your altitude. If you've got a great attitude, you're going up and you're going to take
Yes.
everyone with you. And
Absolutely.
the same is converse is the same. So I always say it's attitude, belief, and commitment. Get your ABCs. Get your ABCs, straight people. And then the 8 steps to success reinforces this. Because
Absolutely.
it gives us knowledge and learning. It has us sharing. It has us reemphasizes and reaffirming when we hear great stories about people using HemoHim or a product. But I also wanted to comment on the other key point you made about, we're in a digital world. Izzy, you and I both work for the same aerospace company.
Yes.
And they're huge, giant, just like their peers in the industry are digital technology and digital transformation and anything we can do with digital. So having a global platform here where we're allowed to have that global ID so we can do business anywhere in the countries that are open, digitally, virtually, online, with those tools and facilities in facilitating Zoom and learning and training's free. And also with the coming and sharing and the online Success Academy, seeing virtual realities coming, expanding our platform, all those different types. So I really appreciated that. And the quote was, I really got it from Florence. Are you going to do the business or be a consumer? And having them share their life scenario. So you know what they want, you know where they are, and you tap into their why. So really appreciated that. And that's what I took away. So thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Great comments.
Thank you, Kelly. Anybody else? One more? No more? Okay, so I would like to turn over the screen to our dear Sharon Rose Master.